studio is the amazing Mr. Joe Krown. How are you?
Hey Leslie, how you doing?
I am wonderful, and I'm better now because you're fixing to play some piano for me. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I am going to play piano. I thought you were going to say you were better because it wasn't raining today.
Oh, that's just a little soggy. You
Yeah,
know,
we're used to that, right?
there's some people who choose to carry an umbrella everywhere they go, and others who don't care if they get wet. I choose to be one of those. So
Yeah.
yesterday was not too bad. So I hope everybody came out all right. And we are back here. It's a glorious day, and we've got great music in the studio. What you going to play for us first?
Well, I was thinking of doing a Benny Spellman tune that was written by my old friend Mr. Alan Tucson. It's a tune called Lipstick Traces.
Mr. Joe Krown on WWOZ 90.7 FM. yes, yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Oh, I could sit and listen to you for hours, but
Oh,
I'd
thanks.
have to share with everybody else. So, gosh, you are about to be extremely busy.
Yeah, and I'm usually very busy, and this is really gonna like put it into hyperdrive.
So, what you got coming up soon?
Well, the big event for me is obviously Jazz Fest. I'm going to be playing out there on the Thursday, the only Thursday of Jazz Fest. They say, is that first week or second? No, the only Thursday.
The only.
And I'll be out there with my band that features Mr. Walter Wolfman Washington somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock. And then, but the big thing for me really is that the piano night. And I will be in my second year of being the producer for it. So being producer just requires a massive amount of work, a massive amount of emailing and meetings and all kinds of stuff, and that's a kind of a time-consuming thing. But it'll be worth it because this year we have a really, really great show. I mean, last year we did really well, but we're definitely upping it this year. We have Marcia Ball and Ellis Marsalis returning, and this year we've added John Cleary, DeVell Crawford, Henry Gray, who is in his 90s, and he's from Baton Rouge. He played with the original Howlin' Wolf band. He was the piano player from that band.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got David Torkanowski, Tom McDermott, myself, and a few other surprises.
Surprises.
Yeah.
We like surprises. Tell the listeners when piano night is.
That will be Monday, April 30th, and it will be at the House of Blues. And the first piano player will be kicking off somewhere around 6:30. It goes to about 11:30, I would say, and there's usually some sort of big encore finale thing we do. We'll have to see what we're going to do this year for that.
Last year's finale was pretty impressive.
I think we had about 6 piano players out there on one piano,
Mm-hmm.
and we all had our hands on it at one time.
At one time, I loved how one would come and sit down and boot the one off on the other end. That was
Yeah.
that was really pretty cool.
We call that the round robin. We might do that again. We might do something else. So we have to see who's left and who's there and who wants to really get with it on that. But it's definitely a fun thing to do when we have all of us out there, and it's a photo moment for everybody.
And piano night is a support of WWOZ, correct?
Correct. This is a benefit for WWOZ. This is a listener supported station. It's a community station, and this is one of the fun driving aspects of the station is to do piano night, and we hope that we'll get people out there because they love piano music and they love the New Orleans piano style, and we really have all the roots of it there and some of the more modern New Orleans style piano players, but also because it's a benefit for this great station that we have here in New Orleans that really has. It's an amazing, I call it the mouthpiece of New Orleans music because it just gets everything out there. And it's such a key and vital part of this musical community because it really lets everyone know where we're playing. It plays all our music whenever we release something new and just supports us in general. So if you're out there listening to that and you're going to be in town on that Monday, consider coming out because it's all going to go to a good cause.
Absolutely. Well, I love New Orleans music. I love New Orleans piano music, and I want to hear some more. Give me another tune.
Well, let's see. Let's do. I'm going to do an old standard, which was. I'm going to do it in a stride style. It's Way Down Yonder in New Orleans.
Fantastic. I love that stride piano. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
do. One of my favorites. So, you play everywhere, all over town, all week long, but briefly, where can the listeners hear you?
Well, let's see here. How to start. Tomorrow
Monday
night,
night?
Monday night, I'll be at the Bombay Club. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sunday brunch. I play at Ralph's on the Park, but this Wednesday I will be at the Rock and Bowl with my band. Every Friday I do like back-to-back little hits over at the Jazz Playhouse at the Sinesta from 4:30 to 7, and then in New Orleans style, I play over at Le Bonton as soon as I can get there, till about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, depending upon how quickly I can get there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like right up against the other. One supposedly ends when the next one begins, but I got a 15-minute drive to get to them.
We do that a lot here in New Orleans.
That's
don't
why I
we?
say it's the New Orleans style. You know, it starts as soon as I can get there and just goes until about 2.5 hours later. So.
Well, that sounds like you do stay
and
busy.
I'll be at the Maple Leaf tonight with my friend Walter Wolfman Washington in my little trio with Wayne Morrow on drums, and I think that starts at 10:30 tonight, and it's a great band. I love playing with Wolfman. He's killer.
Just figured out where I'm going when I get off. So, when I get off of work tonight.
Come on.
Yeah, there we go. So, we were talking about how the music starts when I get there. That will not be the case for piano night, though.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And Leslie, you are the wrangler, and we run it like machine gun fire.
We
And
did a good job. We did.
the key is to end on time. If everybody ends their set on time, whatever you do in between there, just as long as you end on time. And you are like, a drill sergeant with that. You got the hook in your hand. And, it's really great.
One of our piano players showed up like 10 minutes before he was supposed to go on.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even let him go to the green room. I held his hand and I was like, you're not going anywhere. You're going to
Yeah.
stay right here. But piano night, April the
30th.
30th.
Monday.
Monday.
At the House
Jazz
of
Fest
Blues.
Monday at the House
Yes.
of Blues.
There are still some tickets left. A lot of the gold seats have gone. There's different levels of tickets. Obviously, the general admission is the least expensive, and the higher levels include a food buffet from Giacomo's. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And,
Where can they go to get information on these?
Well, you can go to the WWOZ webpage. You can go to my Facebook page, which is just my name, Joe Krown. I have it posted all over the place.
With a K.
Correct. You can go to the House of Blues website and look there and click through to Ticketmaster from there. There's a lot of different things, and there's going to be a lot of exciting things happening this year at Piano Night. One will be we'll have the return of Frenchie doing some live art that will be up for auction.
That was so amazing.
And we have another thing that's we haven't released it yet, so I can't really talk about it, but there's a big, huge surprise coming for an auction item. So stand by, because the official press release is not out on that.
Okay, real quick, run down the list of piano players again.
Okay, here's the full list.
The full list.
Marsha Ball,
Yes.
John Cleary, DeVell Crawford, Ellis Marsalis, myself, David Torkanowski, Tom McDermott, Al Little Fats Jackson, John Otan, and I've got a 90-year-old boogie-woogie piano player named Bob Seeley coming, and I consider him if he is not the greatest in the world, he is right at the top of the cream. And I mean, the man is amazing. He's older, and in the 40s, he drove from Michigan to Los Angeles to go take piano lessons with the original Meade Lux Lewis. If you can imagine what
Wow.
that's like. And I mean, got in his car as like, as a 19, 20, whatever, however old he was at the time, and drove to meet Meade Lux Lewis and take a bunch of piano lessons with him. And for those that you don't know that who Meade Lux Lewis is, he was one of the original greatest boogie woogie piano players that came out of his generations. And a lot of people consider him the top boogie woogie piano player that came up in the 20s and 30s and stuff.
So on April 30th at the WWOZ Piano Night, you can get a chance to hear his student.
Well, did I
Straight
mention
from him.
And did I mention Henry Gray? I know I said
You
him
mentioned
earlier,
Henry
but
Gray,
but
yeah,
Henry Gray
who's
too.
also in his 90s.
Henry is like in his early 90s, and like I said before, he was in the original Muddy Waters band. He was the piano player, and man, that guy just plays with that feel that's you don't really hear too much of that anymore. He's killer. I had to get him this year.
And Mr. Ellis Marcellus is getting
Yeah,
up there.
oh yeah.
So
Ellis is, he is the top. I mean, he's an educator. Look at his kids. I mean, Winton and Delfeo and Branford and all those guys and Jason. They're all amazing piano players, and it all branches. It all comes from Ellis.
absolutely.
We had him last year, and he came out on stage, and there was a little bit of some talking going on throughout the night, but when Ellis hit the stage, it was like you could hear a pin drop, as if he was sitting there in a room by himself. No one uttered a word.
No
It was
one.
really, really it was a real special moment.
It was absolutely incredible.
I'm
It
sure
really
I'm
was.
sure it's going to happen again this year.
Joe, I want to hear one more tune. Would you give me one more, please?
All right. Well, I was thinking, how about we do a little James Booker tune? It's called
yes.
Pop's Dilemma.
Ah.
Got to move this mic out of
You're
the way.
listening to Joe Krown here on WWOZ 90.7 FM New Orleans, WWOZ.org everywhere else. And this is streaming live video on our website and on Facebook Live as well. You can always check it out later if you missed part of it. Thank you, Joe. Give me one more. Thank you again so much, Joe. I really, really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Leslie. Hope to see everybody out at piano night this year. It's going to be a great one. Come
All
on
right.
out. Get your tickets while they last.
Get your tickets while they last. All right, dear. I'm going to pull that. And up we go again. All right.